Hello and welcome to this Component.Studio tips and tricks video. I'm Andrew Voigt, and today I want to show you how you can set up your designs so that they'll adapt to whatever card size you put them on. For example, you may originally set up a design with a poker deck size of card in mind, but later decide that you want to switch to a jumbo deck. If you set up the cards the way I show you today, then that change will happen automatically. I already have the design set up. It's currently set up as a poker deck of cards. When we open it, we see the card already formatted. A few things to note is I have this circle as a separate image on top, I have a text box in there, and I have a character name in this box here. We'll go ahead and change this from a poker deck to a jumbo deck. You can see everything on the card automatically lines up with the new card size. You can even change this to other styles of cards, although some images may be warped in the process. For example, let's go from the jumbo deck to a square deck. While the image is stretched to fit the new card, everything is still aligned how it's supposed to be. I'm going to go back to the poker card and show you how I set it all up. First of all, quickly, my background image is just set up to take up the entire card, with the standard center me X and center me Y in the position, and the width and height in the resize image field. So nothing special going on there. But I want to jump down to this little blue circle here, which is my mana cost left, and show you how I did that. Now everything you place on your card is going to need to be set by taking into consideration the width and the height of the card it's on. That way it'll automatically adjust regardless of the size of card you place it on. I suggest using this setup. Start with a 75 to account for the safety zone around the card, and then you're going to add the width times a decibel number. Adjusting this decibel number will control where your asset appears on the card. So I'm taking the width and multiplying it by 0.08. If I change that to 0.5, if I change that value, it'll move it on the card. So now you're going to be working in a decibel number rather than your usual pixels to maneuver your icons. I did the same thing in the Y field, just with the height instead of the width. And then I made sure to resize the image by setting the image width to be equal to the width of the card times a decibel number. And that's how you're going to set up and maneuver your images. Now, moving on to text. Note in that mana cost crystal, I have a number. We're going to look at that asset now. Again, we'll set the position of X and Y based on the height and width, and we'll do the same thing for the size of height and width. Now, when positioning and sizing your text boxes, I recommend enabling outline text area until you have it where you want. I have it centered on the image that it's overlaid. I have it centered above the mana crystal that it's overlaid on. Then your font size, you're going to adjust proportionate to my height. And so here I have it my height times 0.6. That's going to make sure that no matter how the mana crystal it's over is resized, that this text will always fit within that blue center part. And I did the same process with the character name. X was centered on the card, Y was set to center me Y, and then I added a little bit. That's height times 0.11. Make sure to adjust the height of the text box accordingly. Again, use outline text area to help you set it up right. And then in font, set the size to my height times the appropriate decibel amount. One final note is that when you set that decimal place at the end, you make sure to include that leading 0. Here I have width times 0.08. If I remove the 0 in the 1's position, you're going to get an error. So make sure that it's 0.08 instead. But that's all there is to set up your cards to make sure that they can adapt to any card type. I've seen this question pop up on the Facebook group a few times recently, so I figured it was a good topic to cover. If there are other questions you have about Component.Studio, I'd love to show you how to do it. Go ahead and leave a comment on our Facebook group or here on this video. Thank you for watching this tips and tricks video. I'm Andrew Voigt with Component.Studio, helping you to make games to be proud of.